Hey everyone, it's SpursRail96 here. Welcome to another Train Sim World 4 livestream. Wherever and whenever you are watching this, be it live or on playback, hope you had a good weekend and a decent start to a new week. For today's stream, we will be concluding the Tees Valley Line trilogy on Train Sim World 4 by taking a look at the second and last loco add-on for this route, and that is the wonderful BR Class 20. So we're going to go into its journey mode and have some fun, really. Alright. I want to do some services which I've already achieved in the timetable, but not on this journey. Let's drive a train of loaded steel wagons along the Tees Valley Line as far as Eagles Cliff. That sounds good to me. Okay, drive a train of loaded steel wagons. It's a nice early morning. Here it is Tees Yard, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. It's Lackenbury Steelworks. Let's just change the HUD as it always likes to, for some reason, just reset itself. Let me just am I on the right one? I'm not on the right one. Motion blur on. HUD type minimal. That's better. Right. Let's set this up. Where's the master key? Oh, it's over there. There we go. Finally got there in the end. Lower left marker, lower center, lower right. The instrument lights. I'll just put them all on. EWS. Do I need to change the brake type? Yes, I do. Vacuum brake, good. A little bit high actually on this chair. Let's reduce the seat height. Oh no, that is as low as it goes. Just see what the dials were up to. I think that will do. Right, let's go. Wonderful sound recordings for the Class 20. I believe Dovetail went to the Great Central Railway when this was when was it launched? During lockdown, the very first lockdown in 2020. So obviously they got the sound recordings before lockdown. Just gonna check the points. There we go. Oh, we're going backwards. I put it in forward. Yes, I did. There we go. Oh no, the HUD's broken. Can't see what speed I'm doing. I can just about make it out. I think the HUD was like about to complete its change, but it's obviously got stuck. Oh well, never mind. We're only in a yard. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, one of the great local add-ons, as you can see, we've got two Class 20s at our disposal. Wonderful, wonderful livery. This rail freight grey, what is it? Rail freight sector grey livery or something like that. I just really like the look of it. You know, it's one of those oddball style locomotives. The livery is fantastic. You know, worn, weathered. Gives you that feeling that it is used a lot and it's hardly ever clean. Sounds are just brilliant, and the physics are good as well. You know, this is from Dovetail. The only problem I have with this locomotive add-on is it comes with limestone wagons, which are really, really good, but you don't get much use out of them. You get 3 scenarios, which is, you know, the norm for loco add-ons these days. But service-wise, you only get 4 new services for Tees Valley, which are all for limestone. Well, technically 2 of them are going in and out of the sheds here at where is it? Tees Yard there. So you don't get much use out of it as far as the limestone duties are concerned, which is a bit disappointing. If they had like 14 services instead of 4 or 24, I would have liked that. But sadly Dovetail didn't do that. So I suppose to make up for that disappointment, you can use this locomotive on all of the Class 37 services on Tees Valley, which is cool. As it, you know, verifies and diversifies the services, be it, you know, playing it or you know, when you're seeing the AI running about with them, doing either steel or coal services, and you know, it's different traction, which means, you know, different characteristics as to how it would react to pulling or braking with you know, loaded steel, empty steel wagons, or coal, and etc. And what's also good is that you can use it on some of the rail tour services on some routes, like I think the Glossop line. What else? I'm trying to think. West Somerset. You can't use on Southeastern High Speed, which I think before you could, but it's now gone. It's been taken away from that list of rail tour options for Southeastern High Speed, which is disappointing. Cathcart, I don't know. I don't think it does anymore. But I say the best route to really get the use out of it is obviously Tees Valley and West Somerset, because with West Somerset you only use just one Class 20, whereas on Tees Valley you always use 2. We're edging closer to the stop marker. Hey Sophie, nice to see you, hope you're well. GCR famous for Loughborough. I see what you mean. It's backwards reflection at the top left of the screen. Yeah, that's right. If you're feeling okay, if you need their temperature checked. Well, it would be nice if they kept this level of, let's say, quality at a consistent level. I mean, this was back in 2020. You know, well, during the first lockdown, so they couldn't really do much. I think during lockdown all they did was just make and release loco add-ons, because I think it was difficult to make a route, you know, whilst the team was not all together. You know, some may not have room for, you know, their equipment, you know, the computers and all that kind of stuff, which is totally understandable. Or some may not have internet at home, or connectivity, so I can understand that. Where are we going? We're still going forward. Oh. So all they did was make loco add-ons, which I presume is much easier. Well, certainly cuts down on time, maybe people as well, than making routes. So I think they made quite a few loco add-ons, didn't they, in 2020? Certainly the first half of the year. I think what they made, they pumped out the Caltrain Switcher, the Caltrain Baby Bullet, the Long Island Railroad M3 for Class 20. What else? Oh yeah, the River Games came along with the DBBR 204, which is another great, probably one of their better products actually. Even though that doesn't get much use out of it either, which is similar to the Class 20. Whoa, brake. It's because we're in vacuum brakes mode, not air brake mode. And obviously the 20s have gained a nickname as choppers to their distinctive sound at idle. Whilst we are reversing, we need to change the points. Otherwise we'll couple up to the wrong set of steel wagons, or probably not couple up to any at all. There we go. Is this locomotive as good as the Class 31? It's very touch and go. I love the Class 20. Arguably, I prefer it. Deep down, I do prefer this locomotive to the 31. The fact it's so oddball, and the fact that you are facing, I suppose, backwards because of its tank engine style appearance. Because originally you were meant to drive the Class 20s facing, let's say, forwards, but obviously you couldn't see very much when you were facing forwards, so it was common, or the solution to improve the visibility for the driver was to have pairs of 20s coupled up nose to nose rather than end to end. If you see what I mean. No, not enough. Alright. Get forward a little bit more. Backwards a little bit more. Okay. Got a rear horn as well. Doesn't sound very healthy. That is deliberate. It's not broken, don't worry. Well, it is, but it's meant to be broken. Give it some character, apparently. Just checking the points. We are very slowly releasing the brakes, and that should be all tickety-boo. There we go. Okay, let's leave the yard. and head to our final destination. Hey Ben Davis, nice to see you, hope you're well. Yeah, it is good audio, isn't it, Sophie? Hey Simon, nice to see you, hope you're well. Welcome aboard. Yeah, I'm not too bad, thanks Sophie. All is well. Still in one piece. I'm not ill, so it's all good. I look forward to that West Somerset remastered update this week. That was a nice surprise to find out it was coming out this week. What else I'm gonna say? I'm looking forward to not this weekend, next weekend. I'll be going away next weekend, going down to the West Country to see a show in Plymouth, which means I'll be taking the train. Hopefully my journey going to Plymouth will be better than last summer. It wasn't very good coming down, but coming back from going back from Plymouth, it was lovely. Why? Because it was quiet. And the very last time I used the train, specifically the GWR Class 800 trains, was going from Reading to Paddington for my mum's sister's birthday. Going to Paddington was not the best. Nothing to do with the service being late or anything like that. It was mainly because seats were just uncomfy as hell. Hence why they've got a nickname of ironing boards. But weirdly, coming back, so much more comfortable. I don't know why. Maybe the specific set of the multiple I was on, going from London, was I don't know. Maybe the seats have been improved. Certainly more comfortable. So I hope GWR continue that trend of having a good experience on the train down to the West Country. Sophie, what do you think of the chances of Train Sim World 5 coming this year? I don't know. I would say I'd love to say unlikely, because I don't want it to come this year. What I think should happen is they should turn Train Sim World into what Train Simulator has now become. Train Simulator used to be a yearly release. Now they've ditched that completely, and it's just Train Simulator Classic, and it's been the same for 2 years. And they just continually update the game. That's what I think they need to do with Train Sim World, but I doubt that will happen because it's Dovetail's money-making machine. So why would they want to change it, unfortunately? What I've noticed is that not a lot of stuff has happened this year really for Train Sim World, certainly as far as new stuff. We've had a couple of routes, and that's about it really. Not much has really happened when you look at it. Yes, there's been loads of gameplay packs, which I'm not a huge fan of. It's largely the same stuff, just with new coats of paint or little bits and pieces on the exterior of either a wagon or a coach or a locomotive that's been changed. That makes you want to spend your £10 apparently, according to the likes of Skyhook and rivet and dovetail. But yeah, not a lot has really happened as far as new stuff goes. But whilst that may sound like a bad thing, I actually am glad that they haven't released a lot of stuff this year. A, because it means you don't have to keep spending £30 or however much they charge these days for roots. And B, it would be nice if they actually went back and fixed and improved a lot of old routes and loco add-ons, or add some loco add-ons, I should say, to routes of the present as well as the past. And it seems West Somerset, the remastered version seems to be the first step. I mean, hopefully it's not a one-off, but it's a step forward in the right direction by going back and improving their old catalogue of Train Sim World DLCs. I mean, West Somerset, it looks great, certainly by the shots that Dovetail released, and judging by reading into the details and seeing what they've done and what they've added and improved. It's right up my street. They need to overhaul the old routes of the game and just bring it in line with the more recent Train Sim World routes. And it's not just the case of just putting a new timetable in and adding a new lighting system and weather system as well. They need to improve the route's scenery, and I hope a Somerset Remastered is not a one-off. I hope it's the start of tackling other routes from the past, like Great Western Express, even though they can't do much with the timetable as far as passenger services go. But they can improve the route and the lighting system. Same goes for this route, Tees Valley, Transpennine. What else? Long Island Railroad. And it's not just route improvements, loco add-ons, to routes of the past and the present. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done to the routes and DLCs of the past. And Darlington, that's going to get a new timetable for the third time. I think the original was updated, then they launched a new one, and then they're about to release another one. So I hope it's good, that Darlington timetable, because I do like that route. Right, we're now up on the main line. We'll just stop at the siding here until we've been given clearance to proceed. We won't have to wait too long. I'll take a look at the chat in a second. I can see it moving about in the corner of my eye. You're not happy with that game, are you? I had a feeling you weren't going to be pleased with where I stopped. Oh well, just have to creep up to the red signal. Another thing about this Class 20 as well, a cab. Looks great, looks fantastic. go. Right, I think we have a passenger train out and about nearby. Yeah, we'll just have to wait until we've been given clearance to proceed. Right, I'll have a look at the chat. Sergio, will you be eating plenty of West Country cheese then? No, I'm afraid not. I don't like cheese. Sorry. So many Dovetail games. First mentioned the WSR was one of 2 major updates coming soon. What do we reckon the other update is? I think the other update is the upgrade to the new suspension system that they've trialled on what was it, the 323 in the training center, and the which route was it, Blackpool branches, you know, the class, the Pacer, that had the new suspension physics in the game. It's kind of like a test bed just to see how good it could be, and I think they're just going to push that out now. Press the button and say, yep, it's all ready to go, let's just do it on everything. I think there was other bits and bobs as well that were going to improve and add. I think the Curlock and timetable, I think, is coming as well, but in which update I honestly don't know, because yeah, Dovetail haven't clarified that. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the new suspension physics are like. Certainly a big change, that's for sure, to the driving experience. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, the gameplay packs are boring. Very boring. So everything, Adam, and the preservation cruise dead and buried. Yeah, I mean, the preservation cruise is, well, it's been dead and buried for a while, to be fair. Since Train Sim World 3 launched, really. We haven't heard anything from them, really. I think they've just been used to, you know, up production on and reduce time on, you know, making the newer DLCs rather than going back and fixing and improving the old ones. Hence why we've had a lot of new routes since Train Sim World 3 launched. God, trying to think how many we've had. A lot. But you know, hopefully that preservation crew will be revived, and oh, 31, nice to see it. But yeah, hopefully they'll be revived, or have been revived for the remastered West Somerset. It'd be interesting if Dovetail actually altered the price of the route, because they've tinkered it to such a degree. Wouldn't be surprised if they do. I think the West Somerset Railway is one of the cheapest routes in the game. Was it under £20, I think, or something like that? So I wouldn't be surprised if they'll up the price to maybe £24.99 or 30 quid. It'd be disappointing if they do, but you know, once something new has arrived to the game, they will try and make a buck on it. Which is sad, but you know, what do you expect? It's the 21st century. I've got no biscuits, I've got no tea for tonight. Being healthy, got a glass of water. I was going to actually have some biscuits tonight, but I forgot to pick them up from downstairs. So I thought, let's roll with what we've got. Can we go yet at all? No, they have to wait for the 31, which I could just see up ahead at the platform. Let's wait for that to go, and then we can depart. Yeah, so the best we've had today, definitely Blackpool. That's very, very true. Can't complain with that. I don't have it, but I know it's good. Just look at the reviews on Steam, and the pictures, and the trailers, and the videos. It tells its own story. I think Dovetail did a poll on their social media channels, like just before New Year, asking, "Oh, what's the best route that you've experienced this year," or something like that. And Blackpool Branches obviously came number one, with the Nina Telbard very close in second. So I think that's a bit of a wake-up call for Dovetail. You know, if the stuff, if the route or the locomotives is, you know, good, it's proper quality, you know, set to that standard, people will buy it. That's how you make your money. If you release some quality things, it's going to get noticed and people are going to purchase it. Oh, love them. Love it. God, can we go yet? My goodness. It's just left. Hope it isn't broken. Well, we are in just past the rush hour, aren't we? There we go. Now we can get a shift on. There we go. Sophie and Focus Entertainment, the parent company. Yeah, I haven't heard much from Focus Entertainment. Haven't heard a peep from them. French company, aren't they? Hopefully they would have encouraged the team at Dovetail to say, look, could you make something French, please? I hope they do. An extension to the LGV Mediterranean or another TGV route. That'll be right up my street. Or maybe see, because obviously the Olympics are taking place in Paris this year. I think what would be rather fitting is if we have a route on one of the lines from the Paris Metro. I think that would be quite cool to have in the game. You know, Dovetail's owned by a French company, and you know, Paris will soon have the attention of the world on its for the Olympic Games. So and you know, looking at the Paris Metro itself, you know, it's quite an interesting network. You know, great history, some interesting stock that they have, and of course the Paris Metro is getting upgraded. I think what, a new line or two lines are being specifically built just for the Olympic Games. Because particularly in the centre of Paris, where you know, like the opening and closing ceremony is not being held in a traditional stadium like the Stade de France or a purpose-built stadium. You know, I think it's just using or repurposing some older buildings for like the opening and closing ceremony. So you know, there needs to be good transport infrastructure for the Olympics, and the amount of people you know, that will come to watch the games, be it, you know, international guests, people from across the country, France, as well as, you know, the staff, you know, the athletes. You know, they need good links to the respective venues for the games. It depends what sport they choose to partake in, of course. You can increase the power to maximum. It's we'll soon have a speed limit of 50. But yeah, the Paris Metro, I think that'll be interesting to have in the game. It's been a while since you've had anything underground or metro style, or subway style. But we are getting the London Overground, finally. Albeit it's not quite where I wanted it to be, but you know, you can't have everything, I suppose. Also interested to see what that new US route is. Well, it's apparently being released in the first few months of the year. Got a red. Down. So if you're the entire Eurotunnel network, yeah, that would be cool, but incredibly difficult to pull off. Because if you're talking about the whole of the, let's say Eurostar network, yeah. That's going to take some route building. I mean, I've seen some routes in Train Simulator that, you know, well over like 500 miles. So, you know, those kind of massive railways can be done. In Train Sim World, I don't think so. That will take years, especially if you want it done to the standard of, say, you know, Blackpool branches or Niedertalbahn. That will take years and years, probably a decade to make. And secondly, Dovetail never have, and probably never will, have the Eurostar license. I think Dovetail have tried to get the Eurostar brand before, but they wouldn't budge when it came to money, unfortunately. Well, that's what's been said on the forums. Ben Davis like them to put the class 144 from Blackpool. Did run on this line at the time set in the timetable mode. Go back to Spirit of Steam at the class 2008 3F 101, all in British Railways livery and timetable. It would be lovely. You should put that on the forums. Dovetail might take a peek at that. 3F would be nice, no doubt about it. The 20 and the 08 and the 101 that could just be substituted over, albeit with a different livery, so they'll probably make you pay for that. Which is silly, because it's just a livery change. Maybe some slight cosmetic changes as well to the exterior. Cyber, my guess is the next US route will be one of those freight ones. There hasn't been any for a while. Relatively true. Yeah, it's true. I don't think that'll go down well with people, though. I personally don't mind the freight routes. I'm not the biggest of fans on them, but you know, it's an enjoyable experience. Interesting terrain on whatever route you go on, really. Depends what they pick and what types of operations, and more importantly, what rolling stock are you going to do? Are you going to use? We'll wait and see. Might not be freight, might be passenger, might be both of them. Combination of freight and passenger. Who knows? Who knows? Just over 5.5 miles to go to our final stop, Eagles Cliff. Simon, there's obviously a market for those US freight routes, as there are a ton of them, but they're not my cup of tea. Yeah, I mean, I can understand where you're coming from. For people outside of the States, obviously it's not a cup of tea because it's, you know, freight is more dominates the railway landscape in the States than it, you know, does in the UK and some European countries and other territories in Asia or something like that. So yeah, you know, it certainly makes money for Dovetail, no doubt, because there's been quite a few of them. I mean, the first ever route for Train Sim World was a US freight route. I wouldn't mind if we have something CSX, if we do get a freight route. I haven't had anything from CSX in years. I think nearly 4 years now. God. Unless they've lost the CSX license, and I don't know. But, you know, heck, we'll wait and see. Speed limit of 60 miles per hour. Simon owns a CSX loco pack. Is that really? Loco pack. Struggling to think what that is. Oh God, what have we had? CSX wise. We've had Sandpatch Grade, that's the obvious. What do we have? We have that C40-8W. That was released in what? Train Sim World 2? Then we had that ST40, like that retro green, blue, navy blue and green, grey livery. That was part of like a pack for Train Sim World 2 as well. But recently I'm struggling to think. Well, maybe there is, I don't know. I haven't got it, that's for sure. It's been a recent like a CSX branded pack or something like that, loco. Probably just the same thing as we currently have in the game. Probably an SD40-2, wouldn't be at all surprised. Speed limit of 50 coming up. 3.5 miles to go until Eagles Cliff. I don't know, Ben Davis. We'll see if they do add those or add those locos to the timetable. We'll wait and see. I am looking forward to that class 104 for Peak Forest. There's no doubt about that. Something reasonably new. The only problem is that it's by Simtrack Studios, so that might give WTL the excuse to not update Spirit Steam's timetable. I mean, it's not just the timetable in Spirit Steam and a Loco add-on that needs, you know, to be integrated and changed. The route scenery as well needs to really have a good, you know, thorough look at, really, because yeah, that route scenery is not great, especially considering all the hype and marketing that Dovetail did for Spirit Steam. The locomotives were great, no doubt about it, but the route itself, it seemed, would look like a bit of an afterthought to me, like last minute. Going this slow, we might be able to generate a bit of a gap between us and the passenger service. No, I mean, I didn't. I did get. What did I get? I got the railway treatment train 66. And that Dispalog BR182, because I like the 182. The railway treatment train I don't really like, but I just had to get it because it had so many services to different routes. I did a live stream on it once. I wasn't impressed with it. Yeah. Well, other than that, not many. I haven't brought any of the packs from like gameplay packs. Recent ones, definitely not. Ben Davis, the coming West Somerset Railway update on Thursday. I don't know, Dovetail haven't said, to be honest with you. So they didn't, when they said it was coming this week, they didn't actually put a date on it, so I think they've got to do a live stream first and then release it. Like a preview stream, if you like. You know, I'll just wait until it comes. I'm not bothered what day it comes. Don't care if it comes tomorrow, if it comes on Saturday night. As long as it arrived this week, I'm happy. Something new to do. Right, as always, I've got to another part of the stream. I'll have to say the usual YouTube shenanigans. If you'd enjoyed this live stream so far, then yeah, feel free to hit the thumbs up button below, and if you are watching for the very first time, be it live or on playback, then I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. As far as the next stream is concerned, it will either be on the updated West Somerset Railway, remastered I should say, West Somerset Railway, and if it doesn't arrive on by the time I want to do my stream on Sunday, then I'll figure out something else that will take its place. So we're waiting for a massive sale for those gameplay packs and the Bonita Line too, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I waited a very long time for that West Cornwall local rail tour pack, maybe because I wanted it for the Christmas stuff, but obviously typical. It went on sale after Christmas. So, that wasn't, you know, it was terrible timing from PlayStation's perspective, but I think I had to wait like, what, over a year? Yeah, I think it was the first time it was on sale for, was it just over £2 or something like that? And I was like, oh my god, it's finally on sale. Rivet's products rarely go on sale, so it's nice to see it on sale and I picked it up. That's how I think. That's what I think. How much the gameplay packs are worth? Literally £2 or nothing at all. But Bonita Line, I'm not really sure. I mean, I was thinking of picking it up, to be honest with you, because of mainly of the multiple unit, the Allegra 8 to 12. But you know, when I found out that, you know, it's not all of the Bonita Line, it's only, what is it, 24 miles of it. You know, put me off purchasing it, and then finding out, you know, it's at a ridiculous £30. I was like, that's a joke, an absolute joke from Rivet, charging a route that's not, well, a full route, and then finding out, you know, looking on the forum, that apparently the terminus of the line, St. Moritz, or whatever you want to call it, was actually, seemed ready to go. We're going way too fast. It's like, it looked like that the tracks and the mountain scenery was built, but it was never finished. So I think Rivet just cut corners, you know, just didn't bother to finish it, because you know, they wanted to get it out as soon as possible. So that's disappointing. And add on to the fact that the safety systems were broken for consoles, or you just couldn't operate them at all. Just, yeah, turned me off from purchasing it. So I'll probably pick it up when it's at 50% or 75% discount, aka probably 1 year's time. But, you know, well, we'll wait and see. I mean, there's only so much you can do with that route. It's literally for you to just sit back and enjoy the scenery. Like, if you just do one run from start to finish, that's pretty much it, isn't it, in a nutshell? Okay. Tees Valley. Just keeping on the time. Yeah, it's 10:15. That's alright. I have to wait till like midnight or something like that anyway. So I'm okay. Drive a train of loaded steel wagons along the Tees Valley as far as Darlington. That's a limestone train. What's that? That's a limestone train. Where's that one I did? Oh, yeah. Oh, probably that one. I've seen what else I need to do. Load of coal wagons, empty coke wagons. Okay, that's unloading them. That one, that's as far as Eagles Cliff. I've already done that. I suppose I'll do these ones. Loaded coke wagons to the red car or terminal. We'll do that one, we'll unload them, and then we'll take them back. That should kill a bit of time. Ben Davis, wish there was a company that did the timetable on TSW. What TSW do? One do more UK steam train on heritage railways. Get it done. Look at the route set in the past. Plus more steam trains around the planet. I presume what you're saying is you want to see more steam routes, basically. Maybe some loco add-ons. We'll see. We'll see. It's up to what Dovetail want to do, isn't it? Simon, my issue with Bernino, as well as the shortness, is once you've done A to B, then B to A, and what quite common with. Yeah, I mean, you got it. It's a good point. Once you've done like a couple of full-length runs of the route, that's pretty much done and dusted for you, isn't it? Whereas with some other routes, like your Southeastern High Speeds and Brighton Main Line, Vis and Transpennine, there's a nice diverse range of things to do. Vacuum brake, good. 100% for the instrument lights. Well, we've got a 6 of lights on. Looks like it's a bit of a blizzard outside. Where's the wipers? That'll do. Okay, let's just check the points. TCR, is there any that need to be set? Nope. Well, as far as I can tell. Should be some at the Red Coal terminal that we would have to check. That one's fine. Good grief. Don't think there's any points I need to change at all. That's nice. It's an afternoon blizzard, it seems, in the northeast. Set off reasonably well. I was expecting tons of wheel spin. The icy, slippery rails, not today. That's a lot of wagons, or hoppers I should say, that we need to deal with today. So we got just over 6.5 miles to go until either red car or terminal. Hopefully when we do the next stage, unloading the hoppers, the snow will have retreated. I mean, some routes look good in the snowy conditions, and some really just don't. I reckon Bernina line would look good in the snow. The Rosa line kind of looks good, but mainly because you know, if you have the conditions set to this like snowy blizzard, you can't see the horrible mountain terrain that Rivet Games modelled. So that's a plus. Passenger service there at Middlesbrough. I think we should be okay. We won't have too many problems when it comes to signals. I wonder if a Tees Newport Bridge is in operation today. I haven't seen it animate recently. In my time on Tees Valley, which makes me think, is it broken? Or Dovetail Light taking the animation away from the bridge. Normally it would make a noise and would go up and down. Obviously if there's no boats or ships that are present on this route. It looks good, I'll give it that. The 101. speed limit of 25 coming up, so I won't be able to reach the current speed of 25. Speed limit of 35 soon, as we're now coming through Middlesbrough. Slight downhill section, so we shouldn't lose too much speed. We should actually start to gain some speed. I mean, they are loaded, aren't they? These wagons, these hoppers. They are loaded. It's hard to see if they're loaded or not, because it looks like black is like the bottom wagon, bottom of the barrel. It's probably better in different weather. Looks better. Right, let's reach the new speed limit of 35 and another new speed limit of 60 before we get a shift on. Need to get this all unloaded. Coke unloaded, which is a type of coal used for iron smelting. Four miles to go until the red car or terminal. struggling to get above 40, aren't we? These hoppers are proving to be a bit tricky. Even with a pair of 20s at my disposal. All part of the challenge. Actually, touching up on the London Overground, the Gospel Oaks parking lot, I've been recently looking at some media of the Class 710, just gain a little bit of knowledge of the history of them, and you know, see what it looks like, you know, from the inside perspective. Interior is quite cool. Obviously, the 710s variant of them is used by what else is it used by for transport for London? The Elizabeth line, or TfL rail, or the Purple line train, whatever you want to call it. I can imagine some Elizabeth line liveries coming along to that 710 when it is available in the game. No point accelerating up to 60. We won't get anywhere near that. And plus we're under 2 miles away from the ore terminal itself. Last thing I want to do is lock the brakes up and end up skidding along the icy rails. That will be a bit of a disaster. Simon, I live near Gospel Oak, and I don't like the transverse seating on overground units. Yeah, they're a little bit odd, let's say. On the 710s in particular, there's what is it? They've put the like USB ports on really odd part of the train. I think it's like in the gangway of, like, you know, between the first carriage and the second carriage or car, and obviously there's only one seat that's next to those USB ports, so everyone's going to be fighting for that seat, that's for sure. And there's not many of those ports either. I think there's just 2 on each in each carriage, if I'm not mistaken, which I'm a bit surprised. I think is it 2 in each carriage? Might be 4 in each carriage, actually. 2 either side, or opposite each other. I mean, I've never been on the overground, so I can't say for sure, for certain. I've only been on the underground, I'm afraid. Right, we're now entering the ore terminal reception. Simon transverses and facing inwards and not forwards or backwards. It's harder to look out the window. True. I mean, it's like the underground trains, isn't it? So if I was to use the overground in any way, for some reason, then I would be comfortable with it, I suppose. When I was on the underground, I'll just look down at the floor. Unless I was standing, of course, then yeah, I'll try and look out the window if possible. But my mum doesn't like it. It makes her feel ill. She likes looking out the window. It makes her feel better. Especially hate it when you have seats that face forward and the train is going backwards or in the opposite direction. That is not good. That does feel strange. Simon, it really annoyed me when Dovetail said they weren't adding a 710 layer to the breaker. That would be such an enhancement. Oh, they're not adding it. Oh, that doesn't surprise me. That's disappointing. Why? What was their reason behind them not adding it? They're probably going to blame the rolling stock or something, saying, oh, it's not the right time period, so we can't use those rolling stock. That's what probably they'll say. Or they'll say, oh, we can't integrate them onto the map, particularly on the new timetable, because, I don't know, the performance of the route will collapse and it will be a disaster. They'll probably come up with some excuse. Yeah, it's just really annoying that we've only got the gospel, you know, the Goblin line just above the Goblin line. I would have wanted what they did on Train Sim Classic, where they had the North London line, the Goblin line, and the West London line all combined. Now that would have been a cool route. You know, 40 odd miles or something like that, and well, way more stations, that's for sure. And 2 trains as well. The class 378 Electro Star. And maybe if the route was set in the past, you know, like the early 2010s or something, they would have had the class 712 diesel multiple unit. Had a bit of variation, an electric multiple unit and the diesel multiple unit. But I do like the class 710. It's nice to have something reasonably new in the game. Not just new because we never had any bit of a overground rolling stock, but the fact that the class 710 is reasonably new. It's what is it, 4 years old now? I think 4 or 5 years old. So it's reasonably new, especially by Dovetail standards. They don't tend to put in the most up-to-date multiple units, that's for sure. Agreed, Simon. Yeah, the overground does see a lot of freight. I think on the Bakerloo they did add like an AI freight layer to the route with like trains just literally going up and down the main line. I think at Queen's Park you could see them. So yeah, it's annoying to see that to find out that the 710s were not added to the Bakerloo line. I presume you'd see the overground trains at street level, or yeah, you wouldn't see them on the Bakerloo other than at the very beginning of the route. So yeah, a bit irritating. And he did add some rolling stock think they like populated a few yards on the Bakerloo before Queen's Park, and so yes, I don't know why FTL didn't choose that. I'll have to look on the forums and see where they put that then. If someone asked that particular question of 710s being available to be seen on Bakerloo, hopefully they'll add it one day. Oh my god, I've been talking so much I've forgotten where we are. Whoops. My bad. I was too busy just chatting away and not concentrating. I do apologise. That'll be me sacked from British Rail. Come on, let's move backwards, backwards. Let's move backwards. Why are we not moving backwards? We're struggling. Let's move backwards just a tad. Yeah, going backwards is not easy. What we need to do is move forward and back just a touch. There we go, that'll do. There we go. Probably got a bronze for that. Couldn't care less if we did. Oh no, of course I've already completed it. Silly me. Simon, I expect we'll see the 66. Yeah, probably another blasted 66. Hopefully not. I mean, you never know. We might get something new. About bloody time we have a new freight locomotive. I like the 66, but you know, it's just a joke now. We're just constantly reusing it. I think they've used it like, what, 4, 5, 6 times now? It's crazy. Right. Let's unload the coal train. Simon the Overgrown runs from Queen's Park to Harrow Wilston and over the top of the Wilston Junction. Ah, right, yeah. I had a feeling it was in that area of the route. I mean, I hardly ever got on the Bakerloo, so don't think I've ever been on the Bakerloo, actually. Have I ever been on the Bakerloo? No. Mainly the Circle Line. That's a lie. It's not just Circle Line. The Piccadilly line as well. It's 100%. I've got to set the brakes to vacuum. Okay, now last time I did this I screwed it up big time, so I've got to really pay attention. That is there, that's there. Right, seems good to me. And the snow is gone. It's a clear afternoon. Kinda. It's cloudy, but it's clear. Clear enough for me. Oops, my bad. It would help if I set the reverser. Now this locomotive does not have a speed selector or like a cruise control at very low speed, so it's going to be interesting, isn't it? There's a hot plate. Don't touch it. The surface may be hot. It's a nice little touch. My dovetail. I have this horrible feeling that when we've remastered the West Somerset Railway or the new Curlark and Timetable releases, it's going to be familiar to New Trenton, where on paper it looks good, but in practice it's awful because of the frame rate or performance of the route, or just take an absolute nosedive. I hope not. But it's dovetail, you never know. Simon, the chances of an extra locomotive in addition to the 710 are about 1,000 to 1, yeah. A different livery is the best we could hope for. Ugh. We'll see, won't we? I mean, surely Dovetail must know that, you know, it's getting beyond a joke now that they've used a 66 in a big chunk of routes, you know. Great Western Express, East Coast Way, Southeastern High Speed, the Glasgow, what is it? ScotRail Express freight pack, the Skyhook like petroleum pack. So yeah, no more. No more 66s, regardless what colour it is. No more, please. Oh yeah, and East Coast Main Line too. Yeah, another one. Oh dear. Slack there being picked up. There we go, that's the first one emptied. Many more to go. Oh yeah, I agree, Simon. It's nice to have, you know, the old, you know, an old piece of rolling stock, you know, that we've had in the past on a new route. I agree, but I wouldn't want to see it on a consistent basis. Like now and again, you know, like the HST. You know, we haven't had a new one since the very beginning. You know, Great Western Express. So it was nice for Skyhook to bring the HST back in a different form. You know, the Valenta powered version, and you know, different livery and all that jazz. But we do need, you know, to have that balanced with new stuff. like one or two locomotives or multiple units, not just one new thing and then one old thing. Simon, I just realised I've made the last night comments 10. Yeah, I don't know where everyone's disappeared. Obviously they don't like the class 20. Nobody likes them. Shame. That's alright, the views will pick up later. Simon, people complain about the Dostos being in every German route, but the Dostos are all over Germany. Indeed they are. So it's better to include them than not, but added additional rolling stock to the routes. True, that would be nice. It would be nice to see some new stuff. You never know with the next German route. Was it Rosenheim to Salzburg in Austria? Might have something brand new, passenger wise. I mean, we're getting a new locomotive. That's obviously was it the 111, the 111. So that'll be interesting. I mean, I think the German stuff they'll do a very good job. There's only what I think one route I wasn't so keen on. That was Bremen Oldenburg. I remember when I played that first time, it was in a bit of a mess, which immediately put me off from playing it again. I probably will play it sometime down the line. I think a few things have been fixed, but you know, not great. The only cool thing about it was, I suppose, Bremen Hauptbahnhof station and that cool bridge. 110 was nice. That was okay. That Maintalbahn, that's another one. I haven't got it, but it's cheap. It's cheaper than other routes have been. And I do like the 642, but I watched the previous stream of it, and it disappointed me. The route could have been done better, especially the fact it's a smaller route than what Dovetail have done. And, I expected them to do better, especially the fact that they did such a good job on an above average performance on the scenery on Glossop line, and I thought, well, if they're going to carry on doing these smaller routes, then the whole package will be better, because they'll have to put more time onto the scenery. But no, it seemed they rushed it a bit. It seemed with Maintalbahn, which is a shame, has to be said. I know we've emptied over hoppers. We can now proceed to a stopping point in the terminal. Then we'll uncouple the locomotives and run around with train and couple up to the other end. Simon, the drawing with München, I should say, to Salzburg showed Dostos, but the first class was in a different place, which might mean the older generation. That would be cool. Been interesting to compare the old ones to the current set of Dostos. Oh, Rosenheim. Oh yeah, to Salzburn. Yeah, yeah. Would be nice if it went from Bremen. I think it'd be much longer, I think. But Bremen to Wartenberg is the least cool layers. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a nothing route, really, wasn't it? I did like, the fact that there's a lot of AI going in and out of Bremen, Bahnhof, be it freight, intercity, express, intercity, regional, S-Bahn. So I liked that. Oh, stop. Right, we've got to change it. Air brake passenger. So we're going to uncouple the locomotives. Brakes aren't fully released. Doesn't like that, so I'll leave it in vacuum. Much better. Well, it's going to do the opposite if I set it to. If I left it in vacuum. Thought the brakes wouldn't be happy. Obviously they weren't when I put it into the air brake position. Okay, let's set the points. Let's have a look at the front camera, I should say. Simon, the older Deutsche Bahn Dosters have a more angular front end, a lower permitted speed, but could be painted into older liveries. Ooh. From Koblenz to Mainz. Ah. That'll be interesting. If we got those older Dosters, maybe Dovetail could. Maybe. Just maybe. Paint them in the old Deutsche Bahn colours, and maybe make them usable on the main what's it called? The Link-Rheinstrecke, Mainz to Koblenz. That would mean adding additional services too. Maybe a locomotive as well, I'm not sure. I don't know if the 111s were used on were running around Germany in the early 90s. I don't know. Actually, I don't know much about the 111, to be honest. Certainly looks good. I don't know if it's in Train. Is it in Train Simulator? Probably is. never seen it portrayed in the game. As far as performance and sound and physics go. Right, let's now couple up to the empty hoppers, and then we can begin the journey back. Go, 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 go. Simon, the 111s have been around since the 70s. Okay, they were seen over West Germany on their way out now. They run a mixture of express and regional trains in the early days, but purely regional since 2000. Well, fingers crossed, you know, Dovetail do a decent job with the timetables with the German, on the German side, so hopefully they might add some services to Link Rheinstrecke with the 111s coming to the game. I mean, they've got one of their what was it? People in the dev team. That is pretty knowledgeable of the German stuff, and I'm pretty sure they will not let that detail go by without being noticed. I mean, I'd really like that actually. If they oh, sorry, turn the mic off by an accident. It would be nice. It would be really cool if they added the 111, I should say, to Link Rheinstrecke. Certainly spice up the passenger side a bit more, and you know, different coaches and presumably the cab car as well. All right, one more journey to do. That's load. I'm on about unload. There we go. That one. Drive a train of empty coke wagons back to Tees Yard for later use. Let's go. It's Layla14. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Welcome. We're looking forward to the new WSR. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It hopefully will be good. It looks good, looking at the shots that Dovetail published and reading, you know, what they've done to improve the West Somerset Railway, both from a visual perspective and from a gameplay perspective. I'm expect, you know, I have reasonably high expectations, and the fact that it's coming for free to people that own the West Somerset Railway is a plus too. I'm just interested to see what it's going to be like. How's it going to run on the consoles as well as the PC, especially with the fact you've got two timetables to play with. It shouldn't really be that bad. I mean, you know, West Somerset is predominantly, you know, single track. There are a few passing loops, of course, at some stations. But, you know, the traffic on the route shouldn't be, you know, game-breaking, that's for sure. I think it's like 110 or 150 odd services on the Steam Gala timetable. For free, for the diesel side, I don't know, but I know that Dovetail have said that they've added some new bits and pieces to the diesel timetable, new services, and maybe populating extra yards and sidings, etc. Why can't we go yet? What's going on? No, that's why. Didn't set the brakes to vacuum. My mistake. check the points. That one there, that's all good. And that's tickety boo as well. Check this to be safe. Yeah, alright, cool. Oh yeah, and I need to check, oh no, no point. I'm about to check TZR, but there's no point. We haven't had our, which signing we're going to stop at confirmed yet. They are empty, aren't they? Here they are. The snow has cleared, the sun is out, and the sky is reasonably blue. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Layla, 14. Just doing some old school freight action with the class 20 on the Tees Valley. Simon and the 1111 could be you also appear on Bremen Oldenburg, Larkin, Obstacle Rhino, I'm not Osterberg, Ignore, need a tell barn, say yeah, basically most, if not all, of the German routes. I mean, they could certainly substitute it into existing routes, and that shouldn't be a problem. Maybe adding new services will be a problem for Dovetail. Well, not a problem as such, but it's just, you know, time consuming. Love that horn, man. Sounds so rich and crisp. Yes, same here, Layla. I expect a huge improvement as well. Fingers crossed. Dovetail don't disappoint. Which is rare. Yes, it is coming this week, that is correct. They announced it on their forums the weekend. Just gone. That's why I made a video about it. Otherwise there's no point. Wouldn't have made a video otherwise. Yeah, it's they've made a Steam Gala timetable, Layla, using the existing Steam locomotives. So you know, Spirit Steam, Peak Forest, the Flying Scotsman as well. So it'll be cool. Be a good challenge to drive those operate those steam locomotives in the Gala environment, especially on the West Somerset. You know, it's got interesting mixes of you know, steep uphills and steep downhills sections, and obviously if you play around with the weather, it can be quite a tricky challenge. Simon 227 were built. 111s, I see. A lot of 111s been painted into heritage logos liveries recently. Oh really? Oh, what liveries do they look like? What colours are they then? Layla, nice. Any update on the day of this week? Or they said this week? Yeah, they just said this week. From the last time I checked on their forums, I think they were going to put out like a preview stream. You know, just showcasing it to people, saying this is what you can expect from this update. If you haven't got the West Somerset Railway, get it now, kind of thing. Maybe Thursday could be a possibility. I know someone had said earlier in the stream might be a Thursday, but I haven't seen any official confirmation about that. Otherwise I would know. But yeah, it's definitely this week. So, and I'd expect it before the weekend, Because normally Dovetail release big things, you know, content updates to routes of the past, you know, new services or you know, DLCs before the weekend, traditionally. Struggling to get a shift on here, aren't we? These are empty hoppers as well. Yeah, something like that, Layla. Yeah. Keep your eyes peeled. I mean, when it comes out, I'll do a stream on it. So it's nice that we get something new and free to play with. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, won't we, Layla? We'll see if it comes tomorrow, or the day after, or the day after, or the day after that. Simon, liveries include blue and beige. Ooh, beige. Blue's interesting, no? Their original livery. Orient red, that's a nice one. The colour of the 110, yep, that's right. Espan orange and white. Ooh, orange. No, that's an interesting. I'm gonna have to have a look at that. I'll look that up on Google when I finish the stream. I'm quite intrigued by that. Orange. Oh, orange just seems a cool livery. Beige, not so much. But orange and red. Yeah, it's orange. Espan orange and white. And the Lufthansa Express yellow and white. Interesting. It's nice when you get some different liveries other than the usual Deutsche Bahn red or Orient red colours. Because it's either red or a different type of red. So, yeah. Any colour other than red or Orient red for a German route, I'll happily take. The blue on the 155 and 363 shunter, it's a nice colour. Layla, also, how would I be able to install the update, or would it automatically be on there without any installation? It should automatically update. It depends how you've set your updates on your console or PC. I think you can set updates to automatic. That's what I tend to do. If not, then just go on the Train Sim World tab or icon on your console or PC, whatever, and just click check for update, and it should come up. It does take longer for console updates to appear than PC. Normally they pump the PC update out first, and consoles follow like an hour or two after. And obviously they do take time to release, depending what part of the world you're in. The Xbox app for a PC, I see. So yeah, it should be reasonably straightforward. Unless it's changed. I mean, I don't know. I don't use Xbox anymore. Simon, the beige is more of a creamy livery. The colour goes with the dark red on Link Ryan Strecker. Creamy colour is not my favourite, but may look better on the locomotive than what I'm imagining in my mind. Whoa! No! Okay. Oh well. Oh no, it had to happen, it just had to happen. I was too busy talking, I lost concentration. That's my fault. Blame me for that. That was a total failure for me. That's me sacked from British Rail. Oh dear. You gotta have a laugh now and again, haven't you? Oh dear. That was pathetic. I do apologise. We'll have to do it again then, won't we? I mean, we didn't go very far anyway, so pretend it never happened. I don't think the brakes were set up correctly anyway, for some reason. I don't know why. Brakes were very strange. I mean, the wagon, the hoppers are empty, so braking and acceleration should be a little bit easier. I might leave it on, I might change it to air brakes, freight, let's see if that changes anything. Oh no, it doesn't. No, alright, fair enough. Has to be, air brake goods, there we go. See if I can help. 100%, happy days. No, I can see the brakes immediately trying to reply. Okay, set it to vacuum brake. Right, let's go again. Better check the points again. Layla, it's the only downside I have for using TSW4, the Xbox app, is the fact I can't download any mods. Ah, yes, of course. Yeah, it's a shame you can't download the mods from the Train Sim community website. Yeah, I think you have to download the specific, Steam PC version, or whatever that other store is. What's it called? I forget what it's called. I doubt anyone uses it. Simon, the S-Bahn orange was really nice. Deutsche Bahn used pastel colours from 86 to 96. Red for Intercity, blue for Terrigo, mint green for Rigo. Ooh. And orange for S-Bahn. You can see two of these on the Link Line coaches. Yeah, the red for Intercity, isn't it? Is it red and white? Yeah. It would be nice, but I don't think Dovetail. Well, I don't think Dovetail will budge on that. I'm afraid. I don't think I like it that people add mods to the game to make it better. Don't know why. Maybe it makes them feel embarrassed. Like, you know, you see some of the great enhancement packs they've released for some British routes. It just makes the route look so much better. You know, from the lighting to the scenery. Sometimes, you know, the rolling stock as well. You know, they do a great job. Put a lot of time and effort. You know, and that's for free. You know, they not being paid or anything. So, you know, there's some great modders in the community, not just in Train Sim World, but Train Simulator as well. You know, be it sound packs, you know, liveries, route updates, like I said. Yeah, but to consoles, I can understand why I can't have them. Next gen, maybe, or maybe the next gen after, you know, the PS6 or something. You know, probably when that comes out, we might get, you know, some sort of mod compatibility, but I have my doubts. Check the rest of the points in the area. Should be okay. Simon, they should be hiring the people that make news mods. They're clearly a passion and skill. True, I mean, I think if they increase the workforce in the company of Train Sim World, you know, the more people, the better. Especially when it comes to these ridiculously tight deadlines. Because, you know, it's pretty obvious that, you know, they've had to cut corners in recent years just to meet the not the demand as such, but the expectations maybe of their, I don't know, directors or boardroom, you know, saying we've got to have this route out by this deadline, and if we don't, then I don't know, everyone's in trouble or something. It must be exhaustive working for Dovetail, especially for Train Sim World, you know, pumping so much content. Train Simulator must be easier for Dovetail because they hardly release anything for Train Simulator these days. It's not really the third party devs that keep that game alive. Which is no problem at all. I look forward to that Alan Thompson simulation route. Nothing has been said or about that project. Same goes for the Union Workshop. Interested to see what they are whenever they release. And, you know, with the route editor finally out and about for PC, hopefully some people make some nice creations. I have seen a few on, like, concepts or, you know, creations being made on you know, on the editor and put on the forums to, you know, go through the details. And there's some really good ones, particularly a German one. There was one that we went from Würzburg to, oh, where did it go? I think it was Stuttgart or something. It looked really impressive. I mean, it was in like the very, very early stage, like the tracks had been laid and that's it. But it was really impressed. It was like 80 odd kilometers or something, you know. I was pretty impressed. It was like 20 odd stations or something. There was another one, I think. What was it? I don't think it was a German. I think it was like in Switzerland or something like that, or Austria. I can't remember what it is, but there are a few good ones being produced from the root editor. I wonder what would happen if Telltale like it so much they think, yeah, we'll just take it and release it to the public. Be interesting how much the person that created it and made it and came up with the idea, how much they'd want. Right, this time I'm not going to make a mistake. There we are. Green, clearance to proceed. Let's go to T's yard, which is just over 7 miles away. Come on, train, you can do it. Go, go, go. Right, I need to check the points. You can have them. You can have the point switching set to automatic, so the game could do it for you on the fly. But I prefer manual. Sometimes the game doesn't set the points for you automatically. They do it sometimes, but they leave some out. That could end up derailing, literally, your service. Over 2 hours ago. Why am I doing these streams that are so long? My God. Try and keep it under 2 hours, but I've only done that I think once this year. Blimey. No wonder not many people watching me. Too boring. Too long. Right, speed limit of 60. Now will be 25. Let's go, go, go. Let me just check. Speed limit has increased to 60 miles per hour. Not like we're ever going to reach that speed. Still haven't done any services with the steel beams at all. The only steel services I've done is either with empty wagons or the steel coils, never with the steam beams for some reason. Like a Where's Wally moment in the timetable. Have to find the service, the freight service which makes you haul steel beams instead of coils or empty wagons. Speed limit will be coming down to 55 and then going back up to 60 again. 1. Going to Saltburn. Won't go anywhere else. I do like going through this area in particular, and the steel factories a minute or two ago. You know, really gives you the sense that you are working in a very heavy industry area. Might reach it. Speed limit of 50 coming up. Hopefully we're not haven't got a passenger service in front of us. Maybe we have. It's rush hour after all. Time for people to go home. Speed limit 35. Come through Middlesbrough. Set the brakes to your position since we've got a bit of an uphill gradient, very slight though, 0.3%. Should always reduce the speed nicely. on the stream, I'll have a cup of tea, a couple of biscuits, look at those retro liveries that Simon mentioned earlier, and then I'll go to bed. Might have to wait for my mum to come in first. Can't just lock the door and leave her. That would be foolish of me to do such a thing. Here's Middlesbrough. Legs gone stiff. 2 miles, just over 2 miles to go until T's Yard. And that should be that. Bottle, I've just noticed the downhill gradient, slight downhill gradient. Hopefully the Tees Newport Bridge will be in action, or in operation. Like I said earlier, I haven't seen it in action for ages. I'm gonna get a head start. The annoying thing is, Dovetail took away the way to fast track with the camera, free cam. Why they took it away, I do not know. It's very irritating. Oh yeah, I get to check the points. Just check again to be sure. That seems all tickety-boo to me. Across we go. Speed limit 15, but I won't bother with that. And surprise, surprise, the bridge is not in use. One mile to go. All seems quiet in the yard. Shanta's finished its day's duties. And we have a few 101s and 37s and 08s at the depot, ready to call it a day. You've got these fuel stations here. Shame you can't. Well, you could load the locomotive up with fuel, but red signals do not let you do that, unfortunately. Maybe in free roam you could. Scenario planner. Might actually see the limestone wagons in the yard. Didn't think about that actually. Got some work going on over here. There we are. I just want to quickly take a look at the wagons. See if the limestone ones are here. They might not be. Yeah, they're the cement wagons from the 31. No, they're not here, I don't think. No, that's a shame. Oh, pity. Oh no, they are here. There's the limestone wagons. Loaded ones too. They come under class 20 PGA cement wagons. And they look pretty good, I must say. You can't unload them though. Anywhere. You get empty versions, I think, and loaded variants, but that's about it. But yeah, there we go. I think that'll do. Overall, very good stream. I enjoyed that. Always nice to get on the Tees Valley and have a play with the Class 20. And that concludes this little trilogy of streams on the Tees Valley line. If you'd enjoyed it, this stream in particular, then feel free to give it a thumbs up. And if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, then of course feel free to subscribe to the channel. The next stream will be this Sunday on the 4th of February 2024, where hopefully, fingers crossed, the new West Somerset remastered should be available, so that will be my next stream. If not, then I'll find something else to stream on. So yeah, looking forward to that one, that's for sure. So yeah, hopefully you could join me for that special stream, fingers crossed, if it arrives, the remastered update. So I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.